Hey loves, how are you guys? This is your Taroscope reading for the month of July. I am going to be pulling cards for each zodiac sign. I will have time-stamped this video, so if you don't want to hear each zodiac sign, don't worry about that. You can just click on the bottom and check out where your horoscope is time-stamped and just fast forward to that little part in the video. So the goal with this is to help you gain clarity for your month ahead. I use tarot cards. I'm using two decks. I'm using the Rider-Waite, which is the deck that I use when we do a reading together for the most part. And then I'm also going to be using my astrology deck, which is another deck that I use when we do readings together. And I love this deck so much. This deck is by the Numinous, Ruby Warrington. She creates a beautiful astrology deck, and there's a guidebook that goes with it as well. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This will probably be like a new installment that I'll feature since the website will have just launched at the time of this post in July 2021. I'm really excited to bring this feature to you guys. And I'm going to be starting with Aries. So if you know your ascendant, I encourage you to listen to the Taroscope for your rising sign, which is your ascendant. But if you don't know your ascendant, just listen to your sun sign. And if you know your sun sign and your ascendant, which if you know your ascendant, you probably know your sun sign, it's your birthday. I'd encourage you to listen to both at the very best, in the very best case. So we're gonna start by shuffling the cards here. And I'm gonna be pulling for Aries right now. So let's see what comes in for Aries for the month of July. That feels good right there. Let's see what's next for Aries here. This is going to be your Taroscope for the month of July, my Aries lovers. We have the King of Wands and we have the Aries card. Isn't that beautiful when that happens? Look at that, stunning. And then we have the King of Wands and we have it reversed. And so what we're seeing here for Aries this month is we're seeing this desire to really take action, but we're also seeing this little feeling of standstill. And I do have this gem card, sorry about that I did want to pick up, is the Star card. So this feels like Aries right now through Cancer season, you know, the end of July we'll be moving into Leo season as well. It does feel like you are feeling a little bit, maybe even triggered, or maybe just a little bit at a standstill. And this could be because we have this energy between Mars and Uranus and Mars and Saturn right now moving into July. And it's been really, really challenging for all of us collectively to really understand where we can take action and where we're also being called to self-reflect a little bit and just kind of take inventory a little bit about our intentions and about our motivations, I would say. And Aries is just this, as you see in this beautiful imagery, you know, it's a zodiac sign that has no inhibitions when it comes to taking the lead, when it comes to taking charge. And what we're seeing with the King of Wands is we're seeing this sort of like this standstill energy, this frustration. And I do believe that there is a very beautiful star component to Aries energy. It's the zodiac opener, as I have often said, and it really encourages us to go after our light. And this Saturn energy is what feels like is coming through here with the King of Wands, and it feels like it's a little bit where in your life right now in relation to others, in relation to your relationship with yourself, maybe even your relationship with your work, where are you feeling, you know, just kind of like you're not able to move ahead in the way that you would really like to. And I would encourage you to reflect on that, Aries, through this momentum, because there is a reason why sometimes we feel impatient. We want to make our mark. We want to get ahead. We feel this compulsive energy. And it's time, there is a time in our lives sometimes where it's important to pay attention to where we are, what our motivation is to move ahead and make a mark, and really how we can kind of cultivate a relationship with stillness a little bit. And that's really challenging for Aries. Aries is a leader. It's an energy that wants to, like I was saying, make a mark, and really doesn't like to be halted in any way, doesn't like to be told that it needs to slow down, doesn't like to be told that it needs to kind of, you know, reflect a little bit. It's quite impatient, and it's definitely impulsive, and it really wants to do things in its own way. It's headstrong, and it also wants to do things in a way that feels really authentic and really faithful to its truth. And, you know, as Saturn is involved in this energy, it's really important that we face the lessons that we are being called to reflect on right now. So through the month of July, You know, Aries energy, my Aries loves, I know you want to make your point, and I know you want to get your point across, and I know you're really uncomfortable with sitting still, but there is this energy right now that's asking you to kind of cultivate a little bit of a relationship with patience, okay? A little bit of a relationship with patience right now. So we see that through the King of Wands. So I know you're uncomfortable, and it's all coming together for you, I promise. It's really just a question of developing your relationship with time, developing your relationship with not doing everything overnight and right away. What does that feel like for you? What does that look like for you? Where are you being in your life? Where are you being asked to kind of halt things, to slow things down? What does that feel like for you? So that's for Aries. Moving right along, I'm just gonna do a shuffle here, and we're gonna pull for Taurus next. We're gonna see what's happening for Taurus. Energy through July and what things are looking like for you guys. I am going to be pulling, normally I pull 2 cards, but I'm going to be pulling 3 cards for each zodiac sign just to get like a full story. Let's see what's coming up for Taurus energy right now. We always feel grounded when Taurus comes through a little bit. There is this energy, and Venus right now is in Leo. Venus is the ruling energy of Taurus. So let's see what we have here. Okay, my loves, Taurus, my loves, you're definitely feeling the strain of the situation. So through Cancer season, loves, a lot of the energy for Taurus is moving through the 8th house. So we're dealing with a lot of other people's energies, okay? Nourishing a dream. We're nourishing a dream. We're bringing something to life right now, okay? But your relationship with what you're bringing to life is actually going to be really, really interesting for you right now. And it does feel like there's this quality here where we don't necessarily feel included in something. It feels like there's a little bit of an alienation, a little bit like you've almost been called to reflect on where you are feeling isolated, where you're feeling not enough, where you're feeling like you don't have the resources that you need. That's a very uncomfortable energy for Taurus, okay? But your intuition is super solid through this card. This is the Empress. Your intuition, your capacity to create, your capacity to bring to life through your patience, through your stability, through your nurture nature. But then we also have the 5 of Pentacles here, you know, and this card is very uncomfortable, my loves. This card is reversed. It's a card of strife and difficulty, and it can feel a little bit like you're moving like this mountain up like a huge hill, and like all odds are stacked against you, you know, and that really is that 8th house energy. It's what belongs to you and what belongs to another. And how can you sit in a little bit the discomfort of maybe not necessarily having all the resources, or the feeling of not necessarily having all the resources. It's happening for your greater good because we have the North Node here reversed from the astrology deck, and the North Node is our destiny. The North Node is where we feel inherent discomfort. The fact that these two cards are reversed, loves, really speaks to the relationship that Taurus energy has with material well-being, and how sometimes we're our own worst enemy when our resources feel stacked against us, when it feels like we're trying to hold on. There is a call to action here to connect with your truth, connect with your intuition, connect with what you know inside of you, connect with nature as well. This could be a great call to action for nature. I think nature could be really healing for you through this experience, and it could really ground you, because Taurus will dig in its claws and really just dig in its feet into what it can see with its eyes. This card asks you to believe in what you can't necessarily see with your eyes, but what you can have faith in. And these two cards are really speaking to the discomfort right now. Your North Node is inherently activated right now, Taurus energy. It's triggering you, it's jarring you. You're like, what? I can't see my resources. It feels like I don't have enough. It feels like I'm not enough. That's very uncomfortable through Cancer season. And Cancer season's overall, you know, situation is really about taking care of ourselves and allowing ourselves to be cared for. But Cancer also does evoke a sort of discomfort around our vulnerability, and where Taurus puts all of its eggs in the what is substantial, what is material, what is my worth in the physical, I can see it world. This can be very uncomfortable for you. So Cancer season is really asking you to look at your relationship with yourself. Taurus, relationship with yourself. Okay, loves? Moving right along to Gemini. Let's see what's coming up for you, my loves. Geminis, this is for Gemini risings and for Gemini sun signs. I'm just going to shuffle this a little bit and just bring this in for you, loves. There we go. Let's see what's coming up for you guys through July, through the month of July, through Cancer season. What are we dealing with, Geminis? I'm gonna pull these two guys right over here. And then we're going to shuffle this also. Let's see for Gemini. What does it feel like for Gemini right now? Yeah, okay, so Geminis, you know, it does feel like you're on a journey of learning. There is something that you are bringing in, something that you are opening your eyes and your minds to, something that you were really looking to experience. There could be also travel involved in your month ahead. I know that things globally are really opening up and this is really exciting. There's this desire to really have the experience that's going to be fulfilling for you, that's really going to help you acquire more information about a situation. Geminis are very, you love to have your hands in a few different things at the same time. And it's really important for you to be always learning and to be always like exercising your mind. Through this experience of the 9th house through July, you're really seeing yourself expand your horizons. You're seeing yourself expand your knowing, your inner knowing. And I think this is going to be a very enlightening and spiritual experience. And it makes me think of your beliefs. What are your beliefs? And you know, it's really interesting because the other two cards that we see here are a little bit more challenging. You know, there's something around your finances that was a little bit disappointing that's coming through here. And it's really the energy that you're going into July with. And you know, you're tired. Geminis. I think the energy here, it's really the anchor card is the 9th house. So we're seeing whatever strife you're happening is happening for a higher reason for you. What is your relationship with your point of exhaustion, with your tipping point? What is your relationship with where you've pushed yourself too far? What is your relationship with taking time off? What is your relationship with relaxing a little bit? Because it does feel like you feel like the world is stacked against you. It feels like you don't have enough resources. It feels like you don't have enough energy right now and you really need a break. So this to me feels like, can you use a vacation? Geminis, can you use a vacation? I think you might need a vacation. Okay, loves, I'm gonna keep it short and sweet for you, Geminis, but really invest in your soul right now. Invest in your heart, invest what's speaking to you, and where you can take time to release the energy that feels stuck, that feels frustrating. Maybe you can invest in alternative healing practices that can really help you expand your options right now. There is this like physical pursuit of things. Things have been challenging. It feels like maybe it's your work that's been really, really depleting you. Maybe it feels like through this energy of just the world like kind of reopening, you kind of hit the ground running and you're a little bit now just kind of like depleted. So it's, you know, it's time for a break. Renew your passport, make sure that your passport is up to date and just book a vacation, plan a vacation, start that because July is gonna be a busy month for you and it feels like you're going to be really looking at the purpose of why you feel so exhausted, the purpose of why you were doing this, the purpose of like, why have I let this go so far? I need a break. You need a break, Geminis, okay? Let's pull now for Cancer. We're gonna pull right now for Cancer. Let's see what's coming up for you, my loves. Cancer's next. This is interesting because this is your zodiac sign for right now through the month of July. We are in Cancer season. So let's see. Oh, we have a jump card. Okay, let's see what's coming up for you, my loves. Cancer. Struggling a little bit between your intuition and between what's really going on. There's a little bit. There's, you know, for the energy, this is normal. Cancer season, it's your solar return season. If you're a Cancer rising and a Cancer sun, you know, you're experiencing a little bit of like, what's coming to me is like foolhardiness. And so this is the Fool card that we see here. And this card has a very Aries energy in it. And with it being reversed, it's really indicating that somewhere in your life you wanted to go ahead, that somewhere in your life you wanted to take a leap, but there is this like this stalling energy that's inevitable. There's this energy that's just keeping things at a standstill that is really keeping you feeling like you're blocked, you know? And look at this, look at all the resources that are around you, okay? There's a lot of abundance around you, Cancers, right now. And going into July, you're really gonna feel it, but I think it's a question of your perspective. Where do you feel stuck? Where do you feel halted? But in reality, you're ignoring the signs, you're ignoring the beauty, you're ignoring the abundance that's around you. There's a lot of abundance around you. I always say that Cancer is a money sign because vulnerability around material well-being is really not something that Cancers are comfortable with. They need to show, they need to prove, they need to have, they need to put on display. And so there's a lot coming inherently from you, from what you create, your capacity to manifest. Beautiful energy. But you know, there may be something where you've been sort of halted and it was unexpected. There may be also an area around your finances that feels a little bit triggering, a little bit uncomfortable right now. You know, and just it does feel like you kind of are struggling a little bit with your relationship in the material world. And we see that because we see the square aspect here. This is an aspect from the astrology deck. And an aspect like a square reversed is tension. It's tension, it's wanting to do something, it's provocative energy, and this we are feeling provoked, but we are not necessarily knowing what to do with this provoked sensation. So the square is like a little bit, it's having trouble kind of reconciling the two. And it feels like you're having trouble reconciling your goals and reconciling your resources and celebrating what is around you right now, celebrating the abundance that exists around you, okay? And there's a call to action around your intuition. The Numinous card came up, and this is the card inherently from the astrology deck that is belonging, it's a signature card to that deck. In the Numinous card, this is a beautiful card around our energy for what our intuition looks like. And I do feel like this card, even though it's a very material card, when we're connected with our intuition, we feel grounded, we feel solid, we feel really good. So where are you not giving your intuition and your connection to your soul, your connection to your truth, a little more prevalence? And where are you focusing on where you're not able to create, where you're not able to take the leap, where you're not able to take solid action, and where you feel halted? It's creating a disconnect, and there's a little bit of like a lack of gratitude around the abundance. Okay? There's abundance around you everywhere. How can you focus on that? Have a little more gratitude for all that has come through for you right now. Cultivate a little more gratitude. July, it feels like it's going to be, take your focus, like it's almost two sides of the same coin, where you're going to feel like, you know, your focus is going to be away from gratitude, but you're also going to feel called to like have gratitude for what you've been able to create and cultivate in your life, and what you inherently are able to make happen. Celebrate your resources, celebrate who nurtures you, how you nurture yourself, how you nurture others. Oh my goodness, Cancer, you nurture others like no one else out there. It doesn't exist. We need Cancer in the world. We need all the zodiac signs in the world, but Cancer is such a maternal, loving energy. Really, really beautiful. So next up, I'm going to be pulling for Leo. So my Leo suns, my Leo risings. Let's see what's coming up for you right now. Leos. Leo. Beautiful Leo. Going into July, what do we have here? We got the Knight of Wands for you guys, and Judgment as well. We also got the 5th house. Leo, this is your house. This is your inherent house. So where do you feel a little bit out of, there's a disconnect happening for you, Leos, in terms of through Cancer season, in terms of your capacity to go forth with your dreams and your hopes in a way that feels steady, in a way that feels, it's a little bit like there's this disconnect between where you want to create harmony in your life and where you also want to go after your own dreams. Where are you a little bit, this feels like a little bit like a people-pleasing energy that's sort of holding you back. And it can also feel like you maybe are questioning your worth in relation to what you want to create and what you want to bring into the world and where you want to take action. Leos, are you questioning your worth? Are you wondering if you are enough? Because the sun never wonders if it's going to shine today. The sun never wonders if it is worthy of anybody's attention, okay? So to see the 5th card in relation with Judgment here, and Judgment is reversed, as we can see, as well as the Knight of Wands, there is something that you were trying to put forth, something that you were trying to put out there, to execute, to create, that you believe in your heart, that you know is true, that brings you joy, that brings you passion, and we need your passion. And you feel a little bit hindered by the judgment of others, but also by the judgment of yourself, perhaps even based on the lens of how others are judging you. So I would really, really encourage you to look at your relationship with your power and with your solar plexus chakra and with your sense of self. Where's your pride? Where's your worth? Where's your sense of worth through just July energy? Because July energy feels like there is other influences out there that are passing judgment on you. And you are in the energy this month of trying to make others happy, where, you know, that's kind of neither here nor there. And you should really go after what is meaningful to you. Go after your dreams, because your dreams, they are extremely, extremely important in terms of inspiring others, in terms of creating magic for others, in terms of bringing love and life to others. So what is your relationship with your worth in relation to your dreams? Leos, what is your relationship to your worth in relation to your dreams? How do your dreams, when you share your dreams with others, how does that make you feel? Does their feedback, do you give more weight to their feedback than maybe you should? You know, you're a very creative soul, a very intuitive soul, and you march the beat of your own drum, Leos, okay? And everything you touch brings joy, but we also need, in Leo energy, we do need a lot of positive encouragement, healthy feedback. We need that ego to be stroked. So if it feels a little bit out of sync with an audience right now, if it doesn't feel like people are rooting for you, that's going to be a little bit uncomfortable through Cancer season for you, my Leos, okay? But you're always shining. Don't forget your light. Don't forget your light and the impact that you have on others. Let's look at Virgos. What's coming up for Virgos through the month of July? Virgos. Okay, so here's the thing with my Virgos. A lot of what connects with you is really like, how can I think about this logically? Where does this make sense? Vulnerability, not a comfortable area for you guys. You know, you don't really want to be exposed, and you want to have all the facts and all the material, the plan of action in the material world. You know, you like checking boxes. You like making sure that everything is tidy and organized. And in essence, what that means is you tend to show up prepared. So you feel really hard. You feel a little bit disappointed and hurt, and you also feel you get hard on yourself and on others when things don't go according to plan. It does feel like right now there's an energy around you that is asking you to connect a little. We have 3 reversals here. You know, we've got the 5 of coins over here, and we also have the Page of Swords reversed, which speaks to your mental acuity. It speaks to where your thoughts are. It speaks to how your thoughts are in a very self-deprecating energy this month. You're being really hard on yourself this month. And you know what? There is a lack of connection with your intuition, my Virgos. A lack of connection with your truth. A lack of faith in yourself. Where are you being hard on yourself right now? Okay? Where are you creating? This is like very much, you're creating a story that you don't belong, that you don't fit in, that you're not enough, that you've done wrong, and that you've kind of sold yourself short a little bit in relation to your existence, in relation to your material welfare, your you know, like your well-being. And you know, Virgos, you guys, we need your healing energy. We need your capacity to really edit and really define, but it's really important that you don't critique yourself to the point of alienating yourself from your own well-being. There's a lot of energy here, Virgos. It feels like there's a lot of energy around, you know, you're not enough in relation to others. You're struggling with how you will make ends meet, maybe even a little bit. Just kind of like having that thought process around like, you know, did I do enough? Was I enough? Did I create enough? Did I show up enough? Did I help enough? Did I help enough? Did I help enough? Virgos, you're doing it all and then some. Okay, July is going to feel tricky on you. You're going to feel like you are being ostracized, like a little bit like you are just being. It does feel like you're being a little bit hard on yourself. And I really want to encourage you to take a breather, to take a break, and to just really cultivate a relationship with what vulnerability looks like for you. Okay, vulnerability is part of life. We can't always plan for everything. We can't. We have to recognize where we can lean into the energy of the moment, lean in and trust. There's a lack of trust right now, a lack of faith in yourself, a lack of trust in your capacity to execute the thing, to make the thing happen, okay? But it's okay, you've got it. You've got the resources, you've got the mental acuity, you've got the stamina, and you just need to have a little more faith in yourself. A little more faith in your role that is so integral to the well-being of others. Virgos, I know it's uncomfortable right now. Okay, Cancer season feels like a little bit of a pill for you, my loves. July isn't going to be necessarily super straightforward and super easy, but you've got this. Let's move over to Libras, darling Libras. Let's see what's going on for you guys throughout the month of July. So we are going to be looking at cards a little bit, get them going a little bit more. I'm going to shuffle these, take a little bit of a breather, and get a little bit of these guys. I just shuffle them properly, do a little fan shuffle there. Toss this guy in. I'm going to pull from the Astro deck first for you, my loves. So this is a reading for Libra for the month of July. There we go. Oh my goodness. Libra. We're having jump cards left, right, and center here with you guys, okay? So let's just shuffle out one and see what we get. Okay, I have a story already here. There we go. Okay. You guys are on a 9th house journey also. You're on a 9th house journey, my Libras. You're looking for truth. You're looking for truth. You're looking at your resources, Libras. You're looking at, what do I have? What can I see? What's in front of me? The 9th house doesn't necessarily look at resources that way. It looks at what's in my heart. What can I believe in? What feels true to me? What feels true to me? You know, and there does feel like for Libras right now, there's a little bit of like this reluctance to invest in yourself, invest in what time alone feels like. And it feels like Libras aren't super comfortable with time alone. It feels a little bit like Libras need to have the balance and the harmony of relationships, of another's point of view, of another's, presence in life. And it does feel like right now, you know, you're really questioning your worth. We have the Strength card here reversed. You're questioning your worth. You're looking for truth. You're looking for purpose. You're looking for your well-being. And there's a lot of fear right now for you, my Libras, through July, and insecurity. And it feels like you're questioning your worth. You're questioning, like, are you enough? Are you enough? And you're holding on to something that is a belief that is not tied to your truth. So Libras, through the month of July, what are you looking for? How can you return to your truth? What does your truth mean to you? What are you seeking, as the card says? What are you seeking? What is meaningful to you? Okay? What is coming together for you? How can you harness a belief in yourself? Not in relation to someone else, not in relation to someone else's belief about you, not in relation to someone else's happiness. Where are you questioning yourself? And where are you reluctant to take the time alone that you really need? Okay, what does time alone mean for you? What does time alone mean for you, Libras? Because the answers are going to come through time alone. This is a period of reflection for you. It's a period of reflection. You're looking for truth right now, Libras. That feels really powerful for you guys. Scorpios. Let's move on to Scorpio. Let's see what's coming up for Scorpios. Through the month of July for Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings. Let's see what's coming up here for you guys. Let's bring in the astrology deck. Let's see what we're gonna get from this deck for you, my beautiful Scorpio suns and Scorpio risings. Here we go. Opportunity. Opportunity's knocking at your door. You're feeling a little bit worried. There's a little bit of self-doubt, maybe even a lot of self-doubt, but there is tons of opportunity. And you know what, Scorpios? The choice is yours. The choice is yours. There's opportunity knocking at your door. There's money knocking at your door through July. All you have to do is be willing to take a chance, be willing to surrender just enough. And you're very comfortable with surrender. Okay? Because your point of view of success is renewal, it's regeneration. Your point of view of success is just like, how can I recreate all the time, reinvent, reinvent, reinvent. This could be a process of reinvention. This could be a process of like, what does life look like for me? What does resources look like for me? What do I want to create in the world? What do I want to bring to life? Where do I want to go? Okay? But you're doubting yourself a little bit through this energy. The Wheel of Fortune is here and it's reversed. So it's like, this shows that we cannot control the outcome. Okay, so your resources might be telling you a little bit of a story around where you need to control and where you feel called to control, but actually, loves, don't let these two things take over the opportunity that is knocking at your door. Opportunity involves risk. Opportunity involves risk. It involves vulnerability. It involves not knowing the outcome, okay? How can you take a chance? How can you bet on yourself? Stop doubting yourself. Scorpios. Scorpios, a little bit of self-doubt this month, okay? There's a little bit of self-doubt this month through July, but you've got this. You've always got this. Let's be pulling now for Sagittarius, Sag suns, Sag risings. Let's see what's coming up for you, my loves, through the month of July. There we go. Okay, Sag. You know, it feels like you have distanced yourself from a community, and there is this something that you sort of like got away with. It feels like you just kind of like, you feel this sentiment of like, I've experienced a recent victory. I've experienced a recent success, but I'm still not out of the dark. I'm still not out of the dark. And it does feel like it's related to technology, it's related to your brothers or sisters, or it's related to, you know, your community a little bit, because we have the Gemini card here. And the Gemini card is reversed. This is such a beautiful card. So there's the sentiment of like a little bit of strife that you're moving through July, Sagittarius. You're moving through a little bit of where do I fit in? Where am I going to shine my light? Where am I going to shine my truth? Because we see the Star card reversed, and the Star card doesn't hide from anyone. It's a little bit like the sun. It's a little bit like the sun. It shows up exactly as it is. It shows up in truth. It shows up in vulnerability. It shows up exposed. It shows up in authenticity. It's just like, I believe in myself. I shine exactly as I am, and I attract people because I shine exactly as I am. But there's this little bit of like moving away from something that really saw you maybe turn an unexpected corner, or you know, you kind of are feeling like, I just won this fight. I just got through something that really saw me prove myself, and I'm feeling a little bit at odds with where I'm headed next. Sagittarius, right now, you know, we're seeing the Five of Swords here, and the Five of Swords is like, it's not over. It's not over. There is a struggle. There is a challenge. You are still being tested to prove yourself, to stay in your lane, to stay in your truth, to prove yourself. And that's a lot for you. But Sag, don't forget that you are a guru and a guide, okay? You're a teacher inherently. You have a knowing about you. You have a wisdom about you. There's a sage about you. So don't let the fight that other people are enmeshing you in right now really be this discouraging a factor, or this discouraging energy on your overall success, on your overall capacity to shine exactly as you are, to be brilliant, to be super successful in whatever that means for you. You know, it's just a little bit at odds, like you were either betrayed or a little bit like let down in your community. There's a little bit of something coming up for Sag right now where you're kind of like, I know that I'm getting a little bit of a break in terms of what I've been fighting for, in terms of where I want to prove myself, but I also don't feel like I can let my guard down totally right now, because I'm still moving through some challenging territory. I'm still moving a little bit through some energy that feels a little bit like a loss. It feels a little bit like a lot like a fight, and it feels like there's energy stacked against you with your immediate community. So you want to look a little bit through the month of July, Sagittarius energy, at where you are questioning your capacity to shine, where you are not honoring what you've been fighting for. And you want to be mindful of the people around you who maybe are a little bit of an influence on your truth. You know, truth is very near and dear to Sag energy, and you understand truth because you've got that wisdom about you that really has a capacity to take you further than any material goal ever could. It's the spiritual wisdom about you that can be only felt. It can't necessarily always be seen. Okay, so what are you fighting for? Where do you feel like there's a little bit of energy getting in your way, a little bit of people questioning your capacity to have powerful thoughts, to lead in a way that is really powerful, that is really novel, that is really groundbreaking, that is really different, you know? Who's dimming your light? Who's dimming your light? There's a little bit of that energy right now. So moving right along, we're gonna move into Capricorn energy right now. We're gonna see how July is gonna hold up for Capricorn energy. And this should be interesting because Capricorn is actually the opposing sign of Cancer. So we're in Cancer season through July. So let's see how Capricorns are feeling. Capricorn sun, Capricorn rising. How are you feeling through the energy of July? Let's see. Okay, well, you know, we have a lot of jump cards here. And this is actually super interesting, loves, because we have Chiron here that just popped up. That was a jump card. Most of my jump cards fall on the floor. I don't know why. We also have the sun. Look at this. Look at this. But you know, this is your ego, and it's also your pride, and it feels like Cancer season is evoking healing for you. You're moving through healing energy right now. Your whole being is moving through healing energy right now, Capricorn energy. This is really interesting. And it's, you know, Capricorn loves to go it alone. It loves to you know, it has a goal in its head. It's very focused. It's very disciplined. It is determined on like unparalleled determination. And so sometimes Capricorn energy can be the soul kind of like the soul rider, the soul traveler in life. And you want to look at what your experience, your relationship, with solitude is like, because it does feel like there's some Cancer energy is really shaking up the roots. It's shaking up a little bit of that vulnerability and that relationship that you have with your ego. Capricorn energy has a really tenacious ego. Ego is often perceived as like a negative word, but there is such thing as a healthy ego, you know, and when we have a lot of pride, when we command a certain amount of attention, when we command an authority, when we command a certain amount of respect, sometimes we're not going to be comfortable with Chiron so much, you know. So Cancer season for Capricorn, it feels like it's shining a little bit of a light on your relationship with your ego, your relationship with how people view you, your relationship with success. Feels like you're navigating uncharted territory a little bit. There's a side of you that is kind of being provoked, a little bit of your softer side, and your softer side is not necessarily something that you incorporate day to day. It's not necessarily something that you perceive as being integral to your well-being. You kind of want to just show up and be stoic and be successful, and really that means materially, and that means also in terms of authority, and in terms of just being the boss. Capricorn is the boss. So I would pay attention to what's coming up for you, Capricorns, through Cancer season, because you're working through some inner world stuff, and that stuff is integral to your success. You can have all of the material successes in front of you, all of them lined up in a row, you know, but if you have like still some baggage, and Chiron is baggage, it's trauma before the age of 7. If you have some uncharted stuff, some stuff that lives within you that you know you have to deal with, and Cancer season is evoking that for you, it's really important that through the month of July you pay attention to what comes up. Pay attention to what comes up, because you are healing. You are being asked to put yourself aside for a second in how you are perceived in the outside world, in order to really, really cultivate a relationship with your pain, cultivate a relationship with your triggers, cultivate a relationship with boundaries. Where do you have boundaries around vulnerability? Vulnerability is integral to the human experience. Okay? Aquarius, my loves. Let's see what's coming up for you in the month of July. The age of Aquarius. Let's see what we have here. Okay, loves. Aquarius. It's a new beginning. It is a new beginning. Holy smokes, is it a new beginning? We have a lot of tenacious energy here. We have the 8th house reversed. This is the shedding of something. This is the shedding of a resource. This is the shedding of something that you were hanging on to. This is, you've just moved through something, it does feel like, actually, where you have released a shadow of yourself, where you've released a part of yourself that you felt was so tied to your story. This is an ending. There's an ending. It's reversed though, so I feel like you're a little bit hanging on to that still as part of your identity, still hanging on to that sort of like that baggage, still hanging on to that belief. This can also be a belief. You know, and we have the 9 of Swords here, the 9 of Wands here, and this is like, this is something that you just feel pain about, that you feel anguish about, that you are still trying to get through, that you're still trying to move through, you're still trying to let go of. So Aquarius energy, I would ask you to look at your relationship with the ties that bind you in life. Your relationship with the ties that bind you, and these can be emotional ties, these can be financial ties. There is something that needs to be totally let go of. Something that needs to see this 8th house card come upright. Where are you not willing to necessarily accept the new journey, accept the new beginning? Because it does feel like there is a new beginning that is, honest to goodness, just imminent. And it's really knocking at your door. But Aquarius energy, you're kind of reluctant to release your relationship with a tie that binds you, and it feels like you're fighting for something. It feels like your inertia is really like moving through some uphill energy, moving through some energy that's like, I know I have to move through this. I know I need to let go of this. I know I need to understand and develop my relationship with this connection, this inherent energetic kind of like leech. But that part of you needs to go in order for you to experience all of your success, in order for you to experience your well-being at a physical, material level in the world. So this is a card that is really, really promising for you, but it feels like it's only in consequence. It's only in so much as you're willing to sort of let go, let go, let go, and face the ugly stuff, you know, because 8th house energy is really uncomfortable. It's like all of the things that we have shame and guilt around. So, you know, where are you feeling the pain and the anguish of your shame and your guilt? Aquarius, what is your relationship with shame and guilt right now through July? Because that feels like it's a theme that's coming in hot right now. Pisces. Jupiter's in Pisces until the 28th of July. Jupiter's the ruler of Pisces after Neptune. It's the modern ruler of Pisces. It's a beautiful energy to have in Pisces right now because it's expanding an energy that is boundless already. Pisces being boundless, and Jupiter just expands whatever it touches, and Jupiter just being so, what we say in astrology is benefic, which is just something that's so fantastic and abundant and joyous and pleasant and ease and just like this celebration of like everything that is coming our way, you know, and just feeling really, really good and really spiritual as well. Can also be very self-sacrificing, however, you know, and really that martyr energy too, Jupiter and Pisces. But it moves back into Aquarius. It goes retrograde Jupiter on the 28th of July. So how can we make the most of this Jupiter Pisces energy for the next 28 or so days? Let's see what's coming up for you, my lovely Pisces energy. Okay, there's some stuff going on with relationships for you, loves. There's some stuff going on with the relationships. It does feel very emotional for you, which we know is your comfort zone because that's how you navigate. You don't navigate in the concrete, you navigate in the feelings, in the kind of like the energy of what comes through you. It hits you really, really strongly and you have no control over it. But the emotional baggage right now feels really, really tricky. My Pisces who are listening right now, Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, are you going through a breakup of sorts? Is there something happening to you in relation to a personal, interpersonal relationship or an interpersonal business relationship? We have the 7th house here reversed, so it's an uncomfortable ending. We have the 8 of Swords here, and this card is also reversed, so it feels like your hands are tied. You feel like you had no choice. And we have the King of Cups here, which is suggesting that there is an ending. In the context of this reading, the King of Cups is like, this has to happen. What is coming up for you? Where are you trying to command an emotional authority? Where are you trying to command a presence, Pisces? And it's really uncomfortable. The King energy in relation to Pisces is really uncomfortable because King energy knows their boundaries. They know what they stand for. They know who they are, you know, and they don't necessarily feel a lot. They navigate much more with like rationale versus emotions. And it does feel like this experience is just like having you kind of question your thought process on things, having you question like, does any of this make sense? Am I really making sense? Am I getting my point across? Or, you know, do I feel like I was sort of like tricked into this situation? Does it feel like I was at the mercy of a situation? Have I sold myself short in a situation? Relationships are up for you, Pisces. Pay attention to the relationship between you and someone else in your life, and that's very important to you, very, very close to you, very important to either your business success or your interpersonal success. Where is there something that is feeling really, really jarring emotionally that has to do with a little bit of a power struggle? There's a little bit of a power struggle here, and you definitely have more of the tendency to be a people pleaser, more of the tendency to want to put your needs aside and honor the needs of others and just kind of like mold into whatever energy the higher authority needs you to be. So you want to be mindful of that. You want to be mindful of how you're showing up and where you feel called to honor someone else's feelings at the sacrifice, at the mercy, at the cost of your own. July is going to be a little bit uncomfortable for you emotionally, Pisces. So try and ground yourself, because Pisces is already a very emotional energy, you know, and your coping mechanisms will tend to err a little bit more on the self-deprecating side than they will on the grounded, sort of like helpful long-term success sort of situation. Be careful of your vices through this kind of crippling energy. You've got this. You guys have all got this. You've got this. That's what I do. That's what I help you understand, is through the challenges and through the triggers that you're moving through. It is all part of your process. It is part of your journey in terms of getting yourself into higher alignment, into stability with your truth, into really feeling confident, secure, grounded, and blessed in your life, and really just embodying the truth of exactly who you are. If you want to book a reading with me, I have spots open for July. You can connect with me through all of the links on this beautiful website that just launched. And you can also send me a DM on Instagram at Stephanie Bordy. You can send me an email through the contact form on this website, or just hello@stephaniebordy.com. You can comment on this blog post. There are so many ways to reach me. I offer tarot readings, I offer tarot tune-ins, I offer birth chart readings, and I also offer transit readings. So there is definitely a service that caters to your needs right now. And if you're not sure what it is that you would be best suited to, please don't hesitate to connect with me and send me your questions. And please let me know how this resonates with you for the month of July, either right now, how you're feeling into it, or even come back after the month has sort of like developed a little bit and let me know how this reading resonated with you for your sign. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you so much courage. I'm sending you everything you need to move through this energy, because I want you to know more than anything that you've absolutely got this. You have everything within you to rise above all of the challenges, to make it through, and to do it with grace and love and beauty. Absolutely. So I will see you very soon. I'll be bringing you guys these Taroscopes monthly, and we can connect right now on Instagram. Have a beautiful day from wherever you're watching this, and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, loves.